a white light somewhere up that's shining down, but the darker colors are taking over.
What kind of darker colors are you seeing?
Purple with black, just like purples, black.
So which one are you attracted to more? The darker ones that are coming in or the lighter ones?
The white.
The white? Go up then to the white light. Let's see. How is that white light that shines from above? Did you reach it?
No.
Are you floating towards it? What are you doing?
Mm.
You want to go to it?
But when I want to go to it, it goes away.
All right. It might take a while until you reach it. We're going to condense time and space so you could reach it in a second. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah.
Would you like that? All right. Watch me counting from 1 to 3. We're going to condense space. And when I reach 3, you'll be there in an instant. Watch me counting from 1 to 3, and at 3 you're in the white light. 1, 2, 3, you're in the white light, and you can tell me about it. What does it feel like to be in this shining white light?
I can't see it. I just feel more relaxed.
Wonderful.
The color's not white, but it's relaxing being in it. Oh, there's some more white coming in.
That's wonderful. Just allow it to come and to relax you. You just surrender in this beautiful light. And just tell me how it feels to be in it.
Like one, like it.
Are you one with it?
Yeah.
All right.
It's like home.
Wonderful. This is a beautiful feeling of coming back home. Now that you are one with the light, feel your edges, feel where you end, feel your size, and tell me how.
I don't have any end.
So there's never an ending to you where something else starts.
No.
I want you to expand and feel this size of yours and tell me, how does it feel to you to never end?
It's beautiful, though. It's like what I'm seeing, or it's beautiful, like a background of yellow and like, I don't know the right word. It's just like a design, like symbols of circles. Beautiful turquoise and green, and they're all on top of each other, and they're all playing with each other. They're all.
It's beautiful. Can you communicate with those shapes that are playing with each other and they have these beautiful turquoise colors?
I think they're communicating with me. I think they're teaching me. They're teaching me something. They're students. Like, I'm learning from them.
That's so beautiful. Tell me, what do you come to know now as they teach you?
They're constantly teaching me. Those are codes that come through all the time. They're constantly giving me codes. They're constantly teaching me.
Tell me about those codes. What kind of codes are they?
They are codes to help me with this life. They're constantly beginning codes like It's like constantly being reprogrammed.
To what purpose? Ask them. You know
Now there's a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful rainbow.
Mm.
But it's not art. It's a straight rainbow.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Is that part of the teachings?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I wonder what that rainbow means.
They teach me with colors. They teach me with colors and symbols.
That's very beautiful.
They communicate with me through colors and symbols. And the way they use the colors and the symbols and the playing and it all, I know what they mean. I know, but that's part of the way I was programmed. It's easier for me that way.
So this is how you're supposed to understand, through colors and symbols.
Right, the white is the leader. It's like the white comes and it changes the colors. You like it. The white comes and the colors play.
So the white is just the beginning of it, of the teaching.
The white is the master.
Oh, it's the master. Why is that?
It's the instructor.
And then the rest follow.
Yeah, it makes the colors. It's the creator of the colors. The white comes and it tells the colors what to do.
And as you are able to communicate with all these colors, are you able to communicate with the white light as well?
The white is smiling at me. The white is there now, more constant. It knows I want it. It knows I want the love from it.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad you can communicate with the white, the master.
I'm merging with it.
As you merge with it, what's the message it has for you now?
You're me.
Ask it to show you how it is to be it, to be the white light. And tell me about it.
It's going in and out. It's like flashing. And it comes. It's still there. But it's like my time doesn't.
What's telling you the white light?
Go slower.
Go slower.
Yeah, it's because I want everything now.
Ah.
It's like, slow down.
Ask it to show you how to slow down, to help you feel the slowing down.
It's not as bright. It dims. It's like when I said slow down, it dimmed. The white light dimmed. But it's still there. It's still there. It didn't fade away. It's still there, just dimmed.
And how do you feel now that it dimmed? Because you are it.
Think I know the message.
Tell me.
Because when the light is so bright, I just like I want it. I want to be it. I'm it. When it dims, it's not as exciting. The white light is the master. I want to be the master. I want to be the teacher. I want to be the instructor. I want to be the one to orchestrate the light and the playfulness and the symbols.
But the white light said you are it.
Exactly. I'm not being it. I'm not being it. I am it, but I need to be more like it.
There's a difference.
Right? I am the white light. It makes me feel so alive when I am the white light. In life, when I am in the white light and I'm orchestrating the rainbows and the colors and playing, I feel so alive. But then when I slow down or I dim the light, I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like, but I am the master. I am the one that controls the light. I am the one that controls it being dimmed or not.
And who said to slow down?
So part of me wanted to slow down because it felt so overwhelmed.
So you said to slow down to yourself.
Right.
That makes sense. Now, because you said to slow down, I'm going to ask you, what's the purpose of slowing down?
Because sometimes it feels so overwhelming.
Oh, it's too much sometimes?
Yeah, you got
too much excitement.
It's just too overwhelming. It just feels like too much.
Oh, so it's like alternating the high speed and the slowing down.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and what's the algorithm, or what's the rhythm? How one can decide when it's time to slow down and when it's time to raise up again? You don't know because you're deciding when to do this. I'm just curious.
Right. That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm learning. Because when I'm the white light, I feel on top of the world. I feel like I'm vibing high, and the lights, I'm creating the lights, and everything's beautiful and wonderful. And then it stops. I stop it. I don't know what stops it. But when it stops, it's kind of like when you had lockdown, everything shuts down. I'm just waiting for the white light to come back.
So if the high is the excitement, how does it feel to be in the low when everything shuts down?
Frustrating. Waiting. It's like a waiting game.
All right. Let's take a deep breath in and be in the slowing down. Feel that, connect with that slowness. Be in it, and feel it with all your being, and then describe it to me.
It's the void that I dropped into. It's the void. Slow movement. There's no dancing.
Oh, it was
There's
just
colors. It's just slowly drifting. There's like no wind to blow it. Nothing. Just boring. It's boring.
Stay with this boring feeling. Just take a moment and allow it to be, and see how it feels.
It's still pretty, but it's just boring.
It's pretty but boring. How do you perceive yourself in this boring state, in the low of the slowing down?
I feel like I'm being held back. There's no movement. Like, feels as the time just stopped and it's just slow, boring. I'm just like, I want things to move along. I want more excitement, more stimulation.
So there's no stimulation in the slowing down?
No.
All right.
Oh, it's just getting darker.
How is it for you? How does it feel?
Familiar, but not uncomfortable, but not comfortable. I'm just there.
It's interesting as familiar. It makes me think of these darker colors that you described before, that they were coming from the left and the lighter colors were going to the right. Are we talking about the same colors that you saw before?
Now it's mostly purple, black swirls, slow swirls. And the light is just a dim, like as I know it's there to the right, but it seems worlds away. As it's coming, there's worlds away. It's worlds away.
But it's familiar to you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of neutral. You said neither bad, neither good.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's familiar.
And what do you do now?
I float. I float. I wait.
Beautiful. Now, because you can communicate with the colors, I would like for you to address them a mental telepathic question. What is their message to you now? Because we're in the opposite of the white light, the excitement. Is there a message to you in this waiting period, in the stopping time?
There's nothing wrong with waiting.
There's nothing wrong with waiting? Can you elaborate, please? Or I'm asking the darker colors to elaborate.
There's times when we have to wait. The timing needs to be right.
Are they necessary the times we wait in? I'm trying to
trust the timing.
I'm trying to find the benefit, the purpose of the waiting.
I think I know, because now the colors changed. It's like a blue trying to come in. So it's like waiting in the black and purple, being patient and waiting. Another color's going to come. Maybe the colors to me are places. So the colors are not just colors, are places. So waiting in the black and purple means there's another place for me to go to, another color for me to go to. And now it's coming from the top left side. The blue, it starts off faded, and the blue is where I'm supposed to go to next.
All right. So when a color is showing up, that means you're starting to move.
Right.
All right. So that the waiting is kind of coming to an end and the new beginning is coming.
Right.
Let's see how that blue feels. Connect with it. Go into it if you have to go into that blue light / place.
The blue is gone again. And now it's colors again, but not just the one blue. This rainbow is the colors again, and the middle is the yellow, orange, and then it goes to purple, like a light purple, and the blue, and then it gets darker outside. But no, now the yellow is kind of taking over again. It's always a new place to go to. Quick There's quick. I move quick. When there's movement, it's quick.
So what I'm getting is the darker the color, the slower the rhythm.
Correct.
Then the brighter the colors, or the whiter the colors, the rhythm increases. It's movement. It's fast.
Right. But I'm able to keep up with it when it moves. I go with it.
How does it feel to you to go with it?
Exciting. Like, where am I going now? What's going on now? What's happening now?
And the speed. I'm interested in how the speed
It
feels
changes. The speed right now is slower.
It fluctuates?
Yeah, it changes. Sometimes it's like almost stagnant where it's not moving, and sometimes it's flowing, and sometimes it's fast. Like before it was faster. Right now it's just slower. I'm getting it depends on the dimension I'm going into.
Can you tell the difference?
I can tell it when I'm in it, but I can't tell you what it is. But every color has a different, every pattern of colors, all the colors that come in, they're different places, they're different dimensions. And so then when I travel with them, I can go to one that's slower and then go to one that's really fast and then drop into one that's slower. It's the inconsistency.
What about it?
I have to be open to the inconsistency.
Oh, you have to.
I have to be able to flow. I have to be able to jump from one to the other. I have to be able to go when it's time to go. I have to be able to be flexible and move with it.
And can you?
I can.
That's great. And if I were to ask you, what's your favorite thing to do? Out of all the jumping and the slowing down and the being versatile and go with everything that you need to go to, do you have a favorite?
I like the faster pace, but I can't keep up with it all the time. Like, I like being in it, but sometimes I need to slow down. But then the slow is too slow.
Can you have a saying in how fast or how slow things are going for you?
That's something that's beyond my control. I could request it, and sometimes it happens, but it's part of my learning. Is to go with it, to trust it,
Oh,
to not control it.
so that's the thing. You gotta trust it and not control it.
Right. The white light was controlling the light, and it was fun, it was so exciting, but then I gotta know when to control it and when not to control it. It's not always my control.
I see. Is it easy for you to let go of control and just trust it and flow with it?
I've learned that.
I want you to see, feel, sense yourself and perceive yourself in a situation like that. When release the control of the colors and the movement, and you're just trusting the flow and the movement. Let's see how that feels to you. Tell me what's happening.
Yeah, now there's the red. There's a black with a red, and I'm just trusting it, and I'm watching it and moving with it. The red. Oh, it's.
Feel that red for me. Feel the red energy. Tell me about it. What are the characteristics of this red color?
I feel powerful for me. Like, it has. Red is on a mission. Red is. It doesn't come often because I don't really see the red. Now it's gone. I floated with it, but then now it disappeared, and now the lighter colors are coming back again.
And what color is now coming to you? Because you're not controlling it, right?
No, I don't control it now.
Were you surprised by the red?
I was surprised by the red because it came through as like I don't know the word. It was like I've seen images of it in space where it's all black and there's white specks of like stars or energies, and then there's a red movement in the middle of it, just moving across like slender red with stars coming out of it, like energy coming out, sparkles coming out of it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was just something for me to when I moved into it, but it wasn't something that I drifted away with. I just let it drift away, and it came out of it.
Uh-huh. So what happens now that the red is gone? What do you sense?
Now there's black again, but more gray than black, and just a little bit of purple. Not as dark.
Does it feel any different from the red?
Yeah,
In what way?
that's a different energy for sure. It's more the waiting again. Because there's less movement. There's less, not as many colors. Again, boring.
Okay. Now I want you to sense yourself. How do you perceive yourself? Do you have a shape, a color,
No.
a form, a consistency? What can you tell me? How can you describe me? Yourself.
I'm just there. I'm just part of it. I'm just watching it. I just watch and learn, and sometimes I jump with it and play with it and go with it and float with it. Just there again.
So if you were to use a word to describe yourself, what would you use?
I'm just energy.
We now have moved to another important moment in this existence as energy. What do you sense? What's happening?
Nothing.
Interesting. Tell me about it.
I feel him somewhere else. I feel him higher. As a matter of fact, higher comes in.
Oh, okay. What can you tell me about this new higher?
I don't like this place.
You don't like it? What don't you like about it?
It doesn't feel good. Yeah.
What does it feel like?
I don't belong.
What do you sense around you? I want you to connect with this space just for the sake of exploring it, because it showed up. We want to understand about it. Take a deep breath in. Feel the energy of this space, the higher space, and tell me about it.
I didn't want to go here. I didn't want to be here.
If you didn't want to be here, do you now know how you ended up in here?
I wasn't told the truth.
What do you mean by that? What truth?
About being here.
All right.
I was, I guess, manipulated to go here.
And what were you told about this space?
It'll be fine. It's not bad. It's not that bad. I already knew I didn't want to go, and it's not going to be that bad. That's all I heard. So I went. It's not like it is bad. It's just I don't feel like I belong here.
What makes it so? Like, how is it different, or how are you
I
different?
just don't feel like I belong here. I just, what's the point of me being here? Why am I here?
Now, let's see about this higher space, higher place that you came into. We want to understand what it is, what it looks like, what it feels like. What do you sense around you? I want you to perceive and sense.
I'm here to be a spy.
Oh, that's interesting. What are you spying on?
That's why I don't belong.
Are you used to doing something like
Yeah,
this?
that's what I do.
Oh, you are used to spying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm used to observing,
All right.
watching, reporting.
Okay. So you observe and you record.
Yeah, report it back.
Oh,
I gather information and give it back.
all right.
I'm a messenger of some sort.
All right.
This place, I don't feel endangered here. I just don't feel there's much to report.
Oh.
There's just not much going on. I just don't feel like it feels a waste of time. It's like, what am I supposed to report back? There's nothing here.
I want you to feel, sense, and perceive yourself doing what you're supposed to be doing your job, actually spying, observing, and then reporting. We want to learn about your job here.
My job is not to fit in. It's not to mingle.
Oh.
And it's not like there's energy. It's just energy. There's no human form. There's no beings. There's just energy. It's not my job to mingle. Just my job to watch, learn, observe.
And what can you tell me from what you observe?
There's nothing going on here. It's like if I landed somewhere and there's no life. There's nothing there. There's just it's like I feel like I was sent somewhere to report back, but there's really nothing. There's nothing there to report. There's nothing.
All right, then let's go to the moment when you are reporting back about what you've spied on, what you observed and learned. You are now in the moment that you're reporting back from this higher space. Let's see how this happens as you are reporting back from it.
I'm reporting to the lights.
What are you?
The rainbows. I tell them there's nothing there. I think they were looking for something. I think they were sent me there to report back what energy's there. Maybe if life was there. Maybe I was sent to another star or planet somewhere, and I knew there was nothing there. And when I got there, there was nothing there. And I came back to tell the rainbow, there's nothing there.
How did it receive the information you brought back?
It's just listening to me.
Can you see
I think
what's doing with it?
It knew. It just like I was sent there to confirm that there was still no movement there.
So you're like probing some spaces, right?
Yeah, I just go and I report back like this place I just was at. I knew there was nothing there, but they wanted to make sure like there was no new developments. So I was sent there and I came back, yeah, there's nothing there.
All right. And now that you reported back, what are you supposed to do next? What are you doing?
I'm finishing up with the rainbow. The rainbow's gone. Now I just wait. I guess I'm waiting to be sent somewhere else to another place.
We are now in another important moment of your existence. what's going on, what's happening.
It's pretty cool because it's like two half circles back to back with a black line between them. It's like, oh, two lights, like the brighter lights on the left, the colorful light on the right, and the black circle dividing them both. I mean, sorry, a black strip dividing the circles from meeting. They're not letting them collide.
Huh.
It's like the sun and the moon back to back, the moon on the white on the right being white and the sun being orange, not as bright yellow on the right and black between.
That's so interesting.
It doesn't let them meet. They don't collide.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm there in the middle.
Oh, you're in the middle?
I'm in the middle.
What is your job in there? What do you
Oh, I'm peacemaker. That's a peacemaker. I'm they're communicating. It's like, even though I say sun and moon, it's not. It's two energies, and I'm in the mediator. I'm in the middle. I'm there watching them communicate. I'm there making sure they get along.
Uh-huh. How is that for you? I want you to feel the situation in being and doing what you're doing and tell me how it feels to
Well,
you.
it's pretty cool because the white energy on the left and the color orange yellow on the right, divided with the black in the middle, there's specks of light coming like you would see stars in the sky in between both of them, and I'm right there, and that's where I feel comfortable.
You
Like,
feel comfortable?
I feel comfortable there. It's like, okay, you two are gonna get along. We're all gonna get along. I'm gonna stay here to make sure that you don't try to attack each other.
It's very beautiful.
Let's just communicate and relay information.
I want you to feel that comfortableness as you're in the middle of it. And describe it to me. How does it feel to be comfortable in that situation?
I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just, it's natural to me, just feeling, this is what you do.
Do you feel like you've done this before?
Yeah.
So you're accustomed, you're familiar, and it feels natural to you.
Feels natural to be the peacemaker in the universe, making sure all energies get along with each other. It feels natural to be the mediator, to be there when conversations are going on and when negotiations are going on.
Now, are you happy doing that? Do you like doing it?
I like doing that because I'm good at it.
Oh, that's very good.
I like to see them getting along. I like to come to a place where they can get along, negotiating with them, making sure everything goes not smoothly, but there's success in the end. Resolve.
Do you always get resolved to all the
I'm good at what I
situations?
do.
And let's move to another important moment in this existence as energy.
I'm in the dark, but there's white. Like if you were to see the moon above you, there's the moon above me.
Is this what you're sensing?
There's a light, like a bright light. I'm not so sure if it's a moon. A bright light there, just sitting there.
And
Like I don't feel like I'm in the void. I feel I'm doing something. Like I'm supposed to be here. I'm doing something. I feel like the light and I are waiting for something together. Like we're sitting there waiting for clients to come in or something. It's like with us sitting and we're waiting on something else. Now the white light is getting bigger and I'm in it again. Yeah. It's kind of like teasing me. Like Every time the white light comes, I want to just jump in.
Mm-hmm.
But it comes and then it pulls away. Comes, it pulls away.
Uh-huh.
And
How does that feel to you?
like a tease.
Uh-huh, like a tease. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm in it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's home.
It's home.
I rest there.
Oh, interesting. So when you're in the white light, you rest.
Yeah, this time I'm resting. I'm just like hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we were waiting for clients. We were waiting for some other entity to show up. They didn't show up. So we just like, they're not showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it might have been like we were waiting to negotiate something,
Mm-hmm.
planets or energies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't show up. So we're just going to
I want
call
you
it
to
a day.
feel. Yeah. Feel, sense the resting time. Just be in it and
It's a non-working time is what it is.
Oh,
It's a non-working time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just being.
Yes, I want you to just be in that non-working time, and then I want you to describe it to me once you felt it. Really, really felt it and connected with it.
It just feels like home. It feels like sitting on a sofa and just relaxing.
And how do you like it?
Well, it feels
Go ahead and
very
say
comfortable. It feels like where I belong, opposed to
Mm-hmm.
that other place where I didn't belong.
Oh, wonderful. It's a homey place.
Yeah, there's energy here. There was no energy at the other place.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be around energy. I need to be around energy. Others.
Yeah. Beautiful place, beautiful resting, non-working time. Please take another moment and really, really feel this resting, non-working time. We're moving to the last moments in this existence as energy. What's happening?
This is really dark.
Do you sense any other presences around you?
No.
Mm-hmm. What's wrong with you that makes it the last moment in this existence?
I guess I'm tired of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing comes. No new place for me to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's
All
just
right.
dark.
How do you perceive yourself now? Do you feel you're
Complete.
complete?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's beautiful. Every existence has a purpose, and from every existence there are lessons to be learned. What lessons could have been learned from such an existence?
To flow with it, to trust it, to know when I'm needed, I'll be called.
Mm-hmm.
To know that I am light energy. I can be anywhere. I can flow with it. I could go in and out of dimensions.
Mm-hmm. And what do you feel it was the purpose of this existence?
To develop, to learn how to go somewhere and just, I don't always need to be a part of it. I can just observe it. I can go, and just by going and observing it, I'm still on a mission. So just to trust where I'm being told to go.
I know the higher self could have brought forth many different lifetimes. You chose to bring this experience forward of this existence in energy form for her to see. Why did you pick that existence in particular?
To help her flow. To let her know she can flow. And to show her colors, communicating with colors.
And what does that have to do with her current circumstances?
Because she knows her communication is different.
Can you
And
elaborate
it's
on
hard
that?
for her to communicate. It's easier to not use words.
Why is that?
Because she's used to the colors.
Oh, she speaks color language. This is how she communicates, so adapting to the earth's languages is not easy to her.
Right. The
very
human
interesting.
languages.
Mm-hmm.
She's can communicate with earth languages because earth has color. She communicates with nature. They don't use words. She communicates beyond words.
Is there any way that would make it easier for her while in this form to communicate with others?
Close her eyes and see colors. See colors. And see the form. See beyond the human form. Don't look at the rainbows that people are illuminating. Don't look at the person. Look at the auras. Even if words don't speak, let the colors speak. Let my colors speak to their colors. The communication goes beyond words.
All right. So when she does that, she lets her colors speak to the other person's colors.
She can do that silently. She can set that intention,
Yes.
especially if there's difficult conversation that she's hesitating on approaching. She can call in the colors to communicate, to set the energy, set the tone. And if words need to be spoken, then they can come from the colors, commanding them. The colors, she can command the colors to communicate, and the colors can use the words.
Okay.
It's a communication style. And that's why the chakra system each has colors, and she can communicate with her own very well, the colors. But when they show up for other people, it doesn't. She hasn't been able to look at the colors like as a chakra system or a rainbow, but they're there.
She knows they're there, so she can communicate even if she doesn't see them.
Correct.
Why not showing her any past lives?
She doesn't have any human past lives.
Can you elaborate a bit on this?
She's been here, but not. She's been here in colors. She's not been here in form. She's come to observe. She was sent here to convince her to come.
What was the argument that convinced her?
She loves Earth. She loves Earth more than humans. And she's very close with the sun. And they convinced her to come. They convinced her that they will be there every step of the way. She was hesitating because she didn't like what she saw.
What about?
She knew it was going to be hard. The density of it. She was unsure about dropping down into that density. She had never been in that density before.
How is it for her to be in this density?
It's not easy. It's not easy. She can do it. She's more than trained to do it. She wants to succeed at her mission and her destiny for being here. She wants to experience all of it. It's just been complicated, and it hasn't been all rosy as she might have been told. But she knew that. She knew that was why she hesitated, because she knew that she was in some ways being manipulated to come, being told it was all this. It wasn't going to be that bad. It was going to be. There were going to be pleasurable moments, and It wasn't going to be all dark and dense.
And it is like that, don't you agree?
She's just had a lot of. She's had more density than she has triumphs.
And was it supposed to be like that?
As part of the process.
Thank you for confirming it. Now, because you mentioned her mission, can you please tell her what it is?
She's still a messenger. She still delivers messages. She's still here to observe.
What are the messages for
She
her to hear it?
communicates for us, reports back energetically, telepathically, what's going on through her eyes. For people to evolve, whatever that looks like. There's no one path. There's going to be many paths.
And what is the path she's showing people how to evolve on?
Self-reliance, basically. Not always listening to what's being told outside. Self-reliance, listen to the knowingness every person has. And she does that by leading by example.
Yes.
That's already something she's doing. And just by staying true to herself, that's part of leading by example. People will learn that way, or they'll be curious that way. And
Definitely.
the right people will come her way for her to show or even communicate with. She doesn't always need to be using words. She doesn't always need to teach them. She can just show them.
That's wonderful. And you know, this makes me think of the exact purpose of the QHHT she's just learned. It helps people trust their inner wisdom, not somebody else's.
Exactly.
It puts them in connection with that internal guidance system.
That's why she's intrigued by it. That's something she'll be very good at doing.
Of course, because that teaches self-reliance again.
Exactly.
Is there anything else you would like to add about that existence before we move on with the process?
It kind of goes with her purpose. It's just, there's not one purpose. There's many purposes, and energy is sometimes stagnant and sometimes it's moving. And when it move with it. When it pulls you, when it draws you, and go that direction, and you'll be doing your purpose. And then when it's stagnant and you don't feel like you're purposeful, that's because another movement is going to come in to move with it, and then go that way. And it just the way the life we showed her, just be able to be spontaneous and ready to go and move with it. If something feels drab and boring, know that change is going to happen. There's going to be something that comes along and moves you forward.
But is there any purpose into slowing down?
Yeah, there's always a benefit to it. The space between, no expectations, no attachments, just being. Because your energy still is still vibrating. Energy speaks, and she's still doing something by not doing. Her energy is still, even her day to day, everything she does from moment to moment, wherever she goes, she's still vibrating, and she's still leading by example. Even if there's no apparent movement to it, there's still energy happening. Energy is going on, interacting. Energy is continuously talking. It's continually communicating. It's energy is always doing what it's supposed to be doing, even though it may look like it's stagnant. It really isn't. There are things going on behind the scenes. It's just not apparent to the eye.
It was something that you showed her in the beginning, the colors and the geometrical shapes that were teaching her, and she said they're teaching me constantly. Can we look into that? Like what?
She's always given symbols, even if they're not where she can see them. She communicates through the colors and the symbols. So the symbols are always communicating with her. So they're always coming. Their movement, though, that's what changes, and their shapes change. And the way they communicate is like if someone talks slow and someone talks fast. Same thing with the movement, with the colors and the shapes.
So she said they're constantly teaching me, but does that mean in that existence as energy, or this applies to her human incarnation
It
now?
applies to now too, because back then she was learning how to communicate with them. She was learning what they meant. She was learning how to talk at the same speed that they were talking at. They would talk fast, she would talk fast. They would slow down, she would slow down. She would go at the pace they would. It was like talking two different languages or many different languages, and being able to speak that dialect. She was learning how to do that.
That's very interesting.
It was prep for when she came here to Earth, so she could learn how to communicate still and report back still, and to stay at the speed that was coming to her and reporting back.
That's very interesting. And you know, I found it fascinating, almost like a paradox. She told me she didn't like geometry, yet the geometric shapes and symbols were communicating with her. So beyond the conscious mind.
It's boring to her the way it's taught, because she knows there's more to it.
Exactly.
There's
like
more
it's
to
not
it.
that little that they teach in the math
she didn't
class.
want to learn that. She has no interest in that.
I see it.
It seemed false to her. It didn't seem real. And I
It
guess in
isn't.
some ways that also prevented her from being brainwashed from it, from being
Yes.
conditioned from it.
Yes, it sounds
It kept
like
her learning pure.
it's like she remembered they're not just that.
Right.
They're more, because they're complex symbols. Right?
Exactly. The soul was learning how to be human. The soul was feeling. It needed, even though it came here often to observe, it needed to feel what it was like to be human. When she incarnated, though, she took on a lot. She incarnated with not just earth density, her ancestral. She's here to heal that. She knows that.
Is this why she came into this family in particular?
Exactly. And she
Thank you
knew
for
that. She
saying
knows that more now. She's learned that recently, and she's done a lot of work. It's just heavy. And it's, as she's doing it, she knows she's doing it for all lifetimes in her ancestry. It's just heavy. It's a lot.
Is there any advice?
Don't try to do it all at once. Don't try to just do it and leave. Just go at the pace. That is most helpful. Don't try to heal everyone all at one time.
Okay.
Don't try to erase everything. Work with it slowly, like untying a knot. Slow it down. Don't try to just do it all at once.
That's so interesting. You're telling her about slowing down again.
Yes, because she's a doer. She does. She's when she sets her mind to something, she'll do it, and she'll get it done. It's just the pace. Sometimes she needs to slow down the pace, and she's learned. She's come a great deal. It's just taken time. We've had to force her at times. We've had to force her to slow down, and she got that lesson. It's just now, when she gets her mind set on something, she just wants to accomplish it and get it done. She needs to remember too that love heals her. All she needs to do is call in love, and she could do this herself. When she feels something's out of place, to just focus on the color of love, which is the white light, and then let the white light come in and help her in any discomfort she feels. She can do this.
Wonderful.
She needs movement and rest.
Just like in the existence of the energy.
Exactly. And she needs to
I
know
love it.
when. She needs to do both. When to stop and when to move. When to stop. That's what that life was about.
And does this apply only to her?
That's for everyone. And knowing when you need which. Definitely trusting. Because otherwise you will be shown. You will come to it. You'll have no choice. you'll know when it's time to move by hips hurting and back hurting. So that's her sign of move it. Time to move. However, she needs to know that if she's not moving and she needs to move, we're going to let her know somehow.
If you could tell us to know about the hesitancy before coming into this body.
It's for her to remember her knowing. Because her hesitancy in coming here was her knowing what it was going to be like to come. So it was a reminder of know what you know, do not veer away from what you know, do not persuade from what you know. That you know, that's why it's in her gut. It's her gut feeling.
Yes.
So it's in her gut for her to remember and to actually rely on as her knowing. It's her piece of knowing. It's whenever she's doubting herself to go to that knowing.
So interesting. It's the self-reliance again. Self-reliance on her own truth. On
Correct.
her own knowing.
Came in a negative way, but cannot be removed.
I understand there's a reminder in it.
Correct.